Well, Trenton, let's go into our news of the week, which is brought to you by Eagle Mortgage, EagleMortgageCompany.com. They know mortgages like nobody in this town knows mortgages. Holly Schneidewin and the team there have been working very hard for 30 years to provide great services to home buyers and refinancers all across the Omaha metropolitan area. FHA, VA, conventional loans. They do all of that, and they provide great customer service. So if you get a little bit nervous, it's a little intimidating, thinking about refining or buying another house, it's another reason why you want Eagle Mortgage, because they listen. They care about you. They go the extra mile to cross the T's and dot the I's. You can find them in person at 114th and Davenport or online at EagleMortgageCompany.com. Well, Trent, I want to start off with a deal that you completed just recently at 96th and L, former Bank of the West building. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's about a 5,000 square foot building, 60,000 square foot, and it's a private company that bought it and has plans. I can't disclose it right now, but it's a great site. And for years and years, it was, I think, Commercial Federal Bank and then Bank of the West. And it'll be fun to see what happens right there.
Well, certainly a good corner. And then each week we like to share a little piece of national real estate news that CoStar provides for us. CoStar is a company that collects and reports real estate data from all across the country. And this week we're going to talk about the U.S. office market, which eased off last week after a post-Thanksgiving rebound. And this is kind of interesting. CoStar reported information from a security company known as Castle Systems. And this Castle Systems gathers anonymous employee data from workspaces where it provides access-controlled technology.
Anonymous.
Yeah. So basically, you're a security company and people have to badge in and badge out, right, to get through the electronic doors. Well, they track that on a macro level, and they can give you an idea as opposed as to how many people are actually coming into the office.
Okay.
So it said many of the cities declined by at least 2 percentage points from the previous week, right around Thanksgiving. Austin, Texas, hit nearly 60% in the week after Thanksgiving of people actually coming into the office, workers coming into the office, but fell to 57.3. So I thought that was kind of interesting that office use actually declined a little bit after Thanksgiving weekend.
Well, it's the holiday weekend, and people have excuses. People have events and things like that. And, hey, I'm working from home.
Yeah.
Which is code for I'm holiday shopping.
Nose to the grindstone. I'm exhausted working from home.
Yes, I'm working remotely.
Wrapping these Christmas presents. At any rate, next thing on the docket, Schooler, which is a very successful Omaha-based commodities grain-type company. They have officially moved into their new headquarters out west. Yeah. The building looks nice.
Beautiful building, yeah.
Yeah, 3-story building, and I can't remember what was there previously, but it's 137th Street, directly north of Biaggi's and Mahogany Prime. And they painted, a lot of these. Have you noticed a lot of office buildings now are becoming gray and charcoal?
Yeah, I don't get that.
It's in right now. So they painted, it was a brick building. They painted it gray charcoal. Looks nice, but in 5 years, they're probably going to have to paint it again when the charcoal building craze
and
ends.
That leaves a big vacancy for somebody right across from Jocelyn.
Yeah, and that's the only negative. We like to see more and more activity downtown. They were a longtime downtown resident, but I suspect a lot of their employees probably live west.
But it's an opportunity for somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely. Or, a lot of times these offices, and that's an older building that they had across from Central High School.
Facilities
and a lot of wedding receptions would be held there in their central area. I wouldn't be shocked if it goes apartment.
Yeah, it would be a great redevelopment.
Yeah, a lot of them do that. So we'll see. Core Bank has broken ground on a future full-service banking and mortgage branch office near 114th and Highway 370 in Papillion. 3,500 square foot building is scheduled to open next summer. All Holy Spirit Greek Orthodox Church plans to build a 32,000 square foot building at 405 South 193rd Street.
Sounds like Avenue 1.
Yeah, or actually it might be either on the south edge of Avenue 1 or just south of Avenue 1. Yeah, just west of 192nd. The reason I say that is I went on to aerial maps, Google Maps, to kind of see where that is, and I couldn't tell whether it would be part of Avenue 1 or immediately south of Avenue 1, but right there in that area.
Large multifamily project we announced on that.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happening in that area. Just crazy. It'll be fun to keep our tabs on that. Developers are planning a 24-unit row house, Trenton, at 6th and Woolworth. So this is the Dahlman neighborhood, but south side. And this thing would have all units with 2 bedrooms and just 2 total buildings. So basically 2 buildings with, I imagine if they divide it in half, 12 row houses each.
It's great infill.
Yeah, it really is. And I think you're going to see more and more and more of that as downtown, Midtown continue to be really vibrant. And of course, the Med Center, with all of these new jobs coming, I just think you're going to see more and more of those types of infill projects.
What's interesting about it is it's ground up as opposed to repurposing a warehouse building or an office building or something like that. And so we're seeing more and more new projects going up. The Capital District is ground up. Was the first new office building downtown in a long time.
Well, and speaking of Midtown and redevelopments and office buildings, you took a client through the Blackstone Center, the former Kiewit headquarters.
Blackstone Plaza, 15-story. I think it's about 175,000 feet.
Talk to us about what it's like in there and what the renovation looks like.
Right next to the Cottonwood Hotel, 36 in Farnham. This is home of Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett, who just signed like a 20-year lease. What is he, 90, 91 years old?
91, I believe.
And they've got a couple floors there. But we went up and we toured the Cloud Room, which is it's for the tenants as well. And I don't know if it can be rented or not.
I've done speeches up in the Cloud Room many times over the years.
The remodel is unbelievable. And the views are unparalleled because you've got views of most of Omaha through there. And you can see distance. And so you've got that. You've got huge amenities. There's going to be a grab-and-go kind of convenient area and restaurant on the main level. And then they did all the windows. They painted it charcoal, as you said. And it's going to be totally transformed, and it's just a great part of that. And then Channel 6 will be one of the tenants as well. They bought that building next to it.
Yeah, so Channel 6 is moving from the building next door to Blackstone Plaza and attached to it in a
2-story portion, yeah.
And then presumably the developers are going to take down the old Channel 6 part and build something more substantive eventually.
It sounds like, yeah, I haven't heard about that, but it makes sense.
Okay, all right. This is kind of cool. Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom is going to have a float in the Tournament of Roses parade on New Year's Day in Pasadena, California. 55-foot-long float, and it'll be in partnership with RFD TV, which currently airs Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. You're big time if you're in the Rose Bowl parade.
Do you think they'll have a statue of Marlon Perkins on there?
I could only hope. That would be pretty cool. I have good childhood memories
animatronics
of watching Marlon Perkins. Yep. While Jim wrestles the giant South American armadillo,
I'll be here safe in the Jeep.
I will eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. All right. Trenton, last week we talked about some really cool rumors happening in North Downtown. Potential for a sports stadium, potential big parking garage, potential 2,000-employee office. Now we're hearing more rumors that a 2,000-employee office downtown may actually have more legs than we may have thought.
Yeah, I think, and we're talking about just north of TD Ameritrade Park. You've got so much activity down there with Kiewit University, the Millwork area, and if that's transforming. I mean, 2,000 employees, that's a lot. And we hear that it's a local company. We don't know who it is. We put it on our Facebook page and got a lot of comments on that, and that would be an amazing addition. But you've got some great sites. You've got the former Union Pacific piece of land there by their current headquarters just north of that, and that's another great placeholder. You've got the library site if that gets redeveloped, so we're good to go.
Which Basically, it sounds like the odds of the library site being redeveloped fairly soon are, in the high 90% range.
Yeah, and I went to the library board meeting the other night, and
what did you get lost and stumbled into a meeting looking for something to do? Yeah. That sounds like fun.
It was my assignment for Grow Omaha.
Oh, okay.
Self-imposed, and there are some seriously passionate people that are associated with the library. The library board, Mike Kennedy and the group does an amazing job of overseeing the interests, and there's a lot of people that want to keep the library there, which is it's functionally obsolete in my opinion. Some people think they should tear it down and build a new one. Some people think that if a developer comes along, there should be 30,000 square foot there. But the plans are, and they've got a signed letter of intent to do 30,000 square feet on 1401 Jones Street. And they had nice renderings of that. But the mayor's office did a nice job of the economic development folks of explaining the process. And they didn't vote on anything. So there's still a lot of public comment, and I think it'll happen. Mm-hmm. And we'll have to see.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of this controversy, and some people, hey, could keep that library on that site, tear it down, or rebuild another one. The thought of wasting an entire square block, that premium in downtown Omaha, on a library, which libraries are important, but fewer and fewer people use them, so the footprint needs to be less and less and less, is ridiculous. I think the mayor's office has come up with a great solution.
But I want people to understand that 30,000 square foot building will be a branch library. And their master plan, and they've done a lot of studies, and they would hire someone to oversee this whole process. The main branch is planned to be between 72nd and 90th and on Dodge Street. And a lot of people think that it could be the due space gets torn down or repurposed, and then they've got that parking lot that they've fenced off for a long time. They own all that, and that's part of Heritage Services that is getting involved.
Exciting stuff. And that is your news of the week, brought to you by Eagle Mortgage, EagleMortgageCompany.com.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.